First and foremost, right, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders great millstone, and salutations to all Yakim on the highways and byways. I want to start off with this, I'm just going to read the article. I don't know what the title is going to be yet, but I'll find out, Lord's willing, after I make this video. Start off with South China The Morning Post. Military. Beijing may set up drills in South China Sea amid rising tensions with U.S. military, analysts say. Chinese Air Force and Navy simulated face-to-face encounters with invading aircraft and warships in latest exercises. They took place the same day a U.S. destroyer carried out a freedom of navigation patrol in the contested waters. So you got America, right, all over the world. I just made a video last time. It was about America and Iran shooting at Iran with missiles. Now you got America over here in China. Esau's military is getting spread thin. China's Air Force and Navy are keeping a close watch on U.S. freedom of navigation patrols in the South China Sea, and military experts expect saber rattling over the disputed water to intensify. As both nations fight the coronavirus pandemic, the United States has now overtaken China as the country with the most cases in the world. The People's Liberation Army is expected to set up drills in the region to boost combat training. Got Esau. This is why Esau's going to be, this is why Esau is inevitably going to be destroyed also, Esau's military is all across the world, ultimately it's the Most High, but, Esau's spreading his military, and Esau more focused on getting gold mines, trying to loot other countries instead of, trying to worry about his own place, He doesn't keep it at home. He's always abroad, he's always doing something, not minding his business. The latest were a joint exercise by its Air Force and Navy that simulated face-to-face encounter with invading foreign aircraft and warships in the South China Sea on March 10th, according to officials. The drills included searches of identified foreign aircraft with the help of surface vessels and driving enemy planes out of China's airspace, even shooting them down with missiles to stop them from attacking Chinese warships, the report said. I'm gonna get this scripture. One woe is past, and behold, there come two more woes hereafter. Talking about the world wars. How many wars? There's three. But for their vision yet for an Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we just gotta, we gotta tarry. We're almost there. Esau using the coronavirus to collapse the system entirely, to reboot it with the RFID chip. We gotta tarry. Wait for it, and it will surely come. Before I get the other verses, I'm gonna keep reading down. I think I was here. Though exercise took place the same day guided missiles destroyed USS Campbell was conducting a freedom of navigation operation, the second by the U.S. Navy this year, near the contested Paracel Islands, according to a statement from the U.S. 7th Fleet. The islands and reefs are controlled by China, but also claimed by Vietnam. A photo taken by the U.S. Navy showed a Type 054A PLA Navy frigate had been sent to track the American warship as it patrolled. U.S. Navy said the Chinese frigate had warned the destroyer to leave the area. So Esau, China, Moab is warning Esau, but Colonel Lou Heumann, a spokesman for the PLA Southern Theater command later told the military newspaper that the U.S. has repeatedly flexed its muscles, been provocative, and straight up trouble in the South China Sea. Beijing's based military expert Zhu Chiming said the increasing number of American freedom of navigation patrols carried out in the South China Sea has given the PLA more opportunities for combat training. So far, all the weapon systems deployed by China in the South China Sea have been defensive. Zhou said they include the HQ-9 missile defense system. The PLA has deployed 2 artificial islands in a contested spiral chain. Um, we get Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. That one has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So the nations are tired of America's philosophy, and so they're gonna, go against America. Another scripture. Jeremiah 15:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All you that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. Talking about the nuclear missiles. Look at that. For 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. Or like an arrow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows. Yeah, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Where it's getting into, the nuclear missiles, and melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All the elements are gonna be melt with fervent heat, and there's no fire that can do that but a nuclear fire. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein heaven being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless, and account that the long-suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to wisdom given unto him, have written unto you. But yeah, that's it on that. I think I went too far down, but yeah, we met with fervent heat, talking about the nuclear missile, the day of the Lord. The Lord's gonna come as a thief. Why? Because it's the only way. The thieves. The Lord will come as a thief in the night. Talking about, think about it as a example, an analogy of a man breaking into your home at the middle of the night. You won't be knowing because you'll be sleeping. And some of these people that are not reading the scriptures or watching what's going on are sleeping in the night, and the Lord is a thief is breaking in, because it's gonna come as a sudden. Everybody's gonna be surprised. Not only that the Lord's coming back, but the description of what Esau made him out to be is a lie, a whole lie. Look at this. This is a lie. They think the Lord's gonna come back looking like this. And some people just don't believe the Lord is ever gonna come back. Look at this, devil. But coming closer to the times, you know, as you can see. Get another verse. You know, I'll say that for last. I'll end it with that. Make it a short video. But the U.S. Navy intensified. Live fire exercises in the region will be an incentive for the PLA to stage more drills of its own, he added. The tension between the two militaries have been building in recent months. In February, the U.S. Navy said a Chinese destroyer pointed a laser at an American P-8A surveillance aircraft while it was on a routine operation over international waters, about 610 kilometers, 380 miles west of Guam. China claimed the U.S. had abused freedom of navigation rights according to international law. Esau always abusing something. Esau's a devil. He makes laws, but he breaks them. Like, come on. Be set by example. Esau's a devil. In the Philippine Sea, near the East and South China Seas, warships from the U.S. Pacific Fleet, led by the USS Theodore Roosevelt Aircraft Strike Group, conducted as a series of exercises in recent weeks. The U.S. 7th Fleet, on its Facebook page that included a live fire missiles test on March 19th, with guided missile destroyer USS Barry and guided missile cruiser USS Shiloh, both launching a medium-range standard missile. So they're testing, Both the USS Barry and the USS Shiloh were equipped with several types of missiles, such as the more aggressive Tomahawk cruise missile, but they didn't use them and instead tested the defensive SM-2 missile, Zhu said, adding that the Tomahawk cruise missiles would have been more of a threat to China's artificial island and military outposts in South China Sea. What's this say? I'm gonna read this. So you got tensions rising in China and in Iran with America. So China and America tensions are rising, not only with them but Iran, North Korea, but guess it's all targeted to America, you know. But I'm gonna finish it. Yeah, I think that's the it. Yeah, this is the last part of it. I'm gonna get two scriptures and end it with that. Chai Li Yi, a military observer based in Taipei, said both China and U.S. had been trying to extend their military presence in the region. They are trying to move forward by testing the bottom line, but both have been very careful when they take a step because neither side wants to cause a real military conflict, Chai said. That's why the U.S. Navy chose to stay in the Philippine Sea and has been just transiting the Taiwan Strait in routine patrols because Washington realized that Beijing can't afford to lose Taiwan. So look at this. They're all having this. First, it was trade wars. Now there's actually military exercises in the South China Sea. Then you have Iran fighting going to war with America right now. I'm gonna get the scripture before I get that one. Revelation 18 to 17 to 19. For 1 hour, so great riches had come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. So right here it's telling you that as many trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What says like unto this great city? So it's gonna be burning America, and they cast dust on, and so it's gonna be in 1 hour. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas! To our great city, when we're made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her coastline, for 1 hour she made desolate. All these countries are gonna be sad because what? This is how they get their money, So we're coming closer and closer, to America being destroyed, and the Lord coming back. I'm gonna get one more, Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. So our salvation is coming closer and closer. We gotta keep praying to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. So we're almost there. Let's end it with that, you know. So, America's in Iran, China, and North Korea's making missiles again, I won't end it like that, so I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to Yahweh's great millstone. Salutations to all your Akim on our houses and byways. Till next time, I say Shalom.